to the Myth-of-Soma podcast with your hosts, Cupid and Sub-Zero. It's time to get your weekly Soma news, updates, and of course, who's been winning the Guild Village War. So put your stinger bow down, take off your bone boots, and sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Welcome to myth-of-soma podcast, episode 14. I think we're on.
Yep, 14.
14, eh?
14.
So, we're going to do a bit of a Let's Play Mag Hunt whilst we're talking about some... we actually planned this podcast for once. So we've actually made a list of what we're going to talk about. So there's the main kind of subject being the new patch. Because Dan was on over the weekend and stuff, and he was talking about the new weapons and all the new ideas and stuff for the new patch, which is going to be awesome. So if you haven't played myth-of-soma in a while, or you're thinking of coming back, or, you know, whatever, you know, if you listen to this, you're obviously a Soma fan, there's going to be a huge patch for the 5th anniversary. There's going to be a cap raise, there's going to be new maps, there's going to be new weapons, there's going to be all sorts of cool stuff. So the first thing I want to talk about is, let me just get my little list up, is the name of the patch. So Dan put a suggestion on a post on saying, can we have ideas for names for the new patch? And there was hundreds, to be honest with you, of ideas. And Soma Wizard won. So the new patch is going to be called Myth-of-Soma: The Crystal Prophecy. Yeah, which I think that's really cool. So I think it's obviously going to be something to do with the crystals that are in VOD at the moment. I think there'll be obviously something to do with this. The map that was leaked was kind of like blue, like an ice kind of cave. So the map, or a crystal cave. Yeah. So that could be something to do with it as well. I'm just going to turn the sound down on the game because I can't hear us. So yeah, that's the name of the patch, the Crystal Prophecy. So it's obviously going to be something to do with crystals and stuff like that, which I think it kind of whets my appetite a little bit, if anything. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I think it's a great name. I'm so glad Soma Wizard won as well. He's a nice guy. It's the Demon's brother, isn't it? Soma Wizard. Yeah. So, yeah. So yeah, nice to see Soma Wizard. Well done, Soma Wizard. It's a great name. It was a great name.
Yeah, I
can't believe Patchy McPatfish didn't win though. Like
that'd have been great.
Like someone put on the forum, Patchy McPatfish. I think Danny...
Because that came from, was it Boaty McBoatface? And that was actually the name of a boat or something that happened at some point somewhere in the world.
Yeah, I think they were going to name a boat Boaty Mc... Oh, they did actually.
They did name it, yeah. They named it Boaty McBoatface, but I can't remember which boat it was. Okay, so weapons. This is going to be the main thing, I think, for the patches. There's going to be a new weapon tier. So that puts, like, shack level weapons to tier 3. Ooh, CT. That puts stingers at tier 4, and it puts Apis bows at tier... Sorry. What am I on about? Stingers at tier 3 and Apis bows at tier 4. Oh. So now it kind of means that most people, if not everybody, needs to make a new weapon. Yeah. The only weapon in game I think that will be kind of viable in a year's time right now is China's +8 spear, because it's an epic spear. It's obviously a very good speed, etc., etc. So apart from that, like, you know, even the stinger that I've got now, it's gonna be. I think the damage is gonna be so low. I need to work on a new weapon. So it kind of makes it all like more of a level playing field again for everybody. So even if you haven't, grinded for 5 years, for example, and you're kind of thinking, oh god, I can't be asked coming back, and everyone having amazing stuff, nobody's going to have a good weapon because there's going to be new weapon tiers, and no one's actually made a good shack weapon yet. I've not seen any good bows. So I literally just had Josh PM me, haven't we? He's not been playing in about a year. Yeah, and he said, "Oh, is everyone running around with +8 stingers now?" I was like, "Well, kind of, yeah, but it doesn't really matter because soon the damage is going to be so low." Well, they're not actually. No, there's not really many new bows. Yeah. But basically, yeah, everyone's going to have to make new weapons. So about the new weapons, anyway. Sorry, to cut you off. I just want to say what he said, and then we can discuss it. So basically, he said that he asked first what weapon needs the biggest buff. Literally every single person in TORT said axe, because epic mammoth maulers are about the same damage as intense BWAs, and obviously they're two-handed, so you can't wear a shield, and they're extremely slow. I mean, you're talking kind of 1100-ish speed, and the BWAs can be kind of under 1,000 speed actually intense. So they're just worthless. No one's even bothering with them. So I think axe is going to get a big buff. He also said that bows are going to be slower. I don't know if it means that they are, like, the standard is going to be slower, like say if the more E speed at standard, or the toes don't work as well on them, a bit like kind of Knuckles, how the toes work on Knucks. I don't know.
Well, they'll
but
probably
anyway,
just start at a higher.
That's what I would think. That's what I thought he meant. So if he start at say 1200-ish recoil rather than low thousands, kind of stingers an intense stinger's kind of like 990. I've seen them at. So you kind of already got a toe on them if you think of it that way. An intense stinger. So that would be that would just slow the bows down basically, and probably make people choose different weapons. Which I agree. I think it would be nice.
We really want to use a new weapon. Like we've got that pan claw, haven't we?
So we've got finally made.
Actually,
that's probably the only other shack weapon in game that's apart from Bonner's maybe Panclaw. That's better than that, but there's not many.
But yeah, that spear of China's, that's probably the best spear in the game.
I think as well. I'm actually talking to the D-Soma group about this. They were talking about stone, and this is completely off subject, but it just reminded me of it. Now you said that. The reason a lot of people go axe is because stone is so overpowered. It's like 6 seconds of you are going to get absolutely raped by anyone who hits you. So if stone was nerfed, which a lot of people have said before, to say 3 seconds, which I still think is plenty enough to kill somebody, maybe people would start moving away from stone and start using the other weapons. Because the thing is, stone's just the best aura in the world. It's just the best one. You need it for RVR, you need it for PK, you need it for it's even good sometimes hunting, because it stones the mobs for ages sometimes, like boars. It stones them until they're dead. So yeah, maybe if that was nerfed or there was new auras implemented, but there's been no talk of that.
I think new auras would be great. Like, especially when we've seen the blink aura.
Yeah.
Capture the flag. That blink aura is just unbelievably good.
Well, it was really not working for some reason on Sunday. I couldn't get it working at all. But, I don't know if it was a range or what, but yeah, blink and slow target. I think they are.
Blink and slow target. If that were brought in for the patch, that would be amazing. It's like,
I really like those.
And just make it so like I wouldn't want to see like bow have slow target. Just because of the range, and then being able to slow someone at range, you want something like, I don't know, like an axe user to be able to like blink to a character and then slow him, kind of thing. And the slow isn't like the slow that everybody's thinking about. It's the capture the flag slow is different. It does cast slow on you, but it forces you to walk, I think, doesn't it?
Yeah, but it basically makes you walk, and you can't pot it.
You can't run. So when you slow the target, they are actually slowed and they can't run away. It's absolutely amazing. It'd be great for open world PvP. It'd be great for everything.
So another thing that he was mentioning as well is he put in the world shout, he's thinking of adding proc spells to the weapons. And a lot of people did say, and including myself, why don't you add? I actually said slow proc for bow would actually be a very nice option. Because the thing is, there is a spell similar to that on Albion. I know a lot of people don't like me talking about Albion, but it is it's had a lot of development in that game. So maybe it would be cool to see some of the spells and things like that, like say a 5% chance of slow target. Things like that would be quite cool. I don't know, but yeah. So he's basically mentioning that this could happen. I don't know. Actually, I was thinking about this and I typed it out. I was dueling Tongski and Caius, and I was typing it all out, and then I died in the duel, so I deleted it all. But basically, imagine if it was something to do with more of what that weapon's based on for the percentage, chance. So let's say axe, it's maybe X% chance to add double damage or something like that, because axe should be the hardest hitting weapon, but it's not. Let's say spear is X% chance to drain HP, kind of like the aura does. You know what I mean? Knuckle is X% chance to add a triple hit or add a double hit or something like that. So it's kind of it's quick. It's a quick punching one. If it double punched every 5%, it'd be something like that. So kind of the 5% is to do with what that weapon already kind of delivers into the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think something like that would be pretty cool to see. And then it even makes the weapons not massively upgraded very viable. You don't have to kind of focus on making it +8 before they're even usable. They'd be very usable at, especially sword. Imagine sword. I don't know what sword. What do you think would be a good idea for sword?
I don't know. It needs. I don't know. I don't know how you would do it with the spells, unless new spells were brought in.
Unless they were all new. Yeah. I mean that's the thing. I thought with all that, it's kind of all new stuff, isn't it? Like, HP drain.
Like, how about an axe had like an AoE hit. So like when you attack, you get like a 10% chance to proc a spell, and the spell be something like an AoE attack. So like it like hits everybody around you. Like imagine at Guild Village War.
AoE stun would be cool. AoE stun, you know, a bit like fucking hell, any other game with an axe. Like you normally have a stun spell, don't you, for an axe?
Yeah.
I think Diablo had it. Was it Diablo?
All games.
Sure, it was Diablo.
All games have had it for stuff like that. But
yeah,
I think I don't know. It needs a lot of thinking about, and a lot of testing and seeing what's best. I don't honestly know what spells you would put where. Dan just needs to discuss, or everybody needs to discuss what spells they think would be good with different weapons, or not at all. Just keep weapons as they is, and maybe add new spells for mages, you know. But make it so the mage had to be like, make it hard for the spell. I'd love to see more AoE spells and stuff like that, and more, because there's only like 2 AoE spells, isn't there? There's like the Firestorm and the Chain Lightning. There's only like Frostwind, but Frostwind don't do as much damage, so people don't use it. And I'd love them to be a really strong AoE spell, especially for like Guild Village War when there's everybody surrounding the stone. And I know it's it'd just be great to see more AoE spells come in and do really big damage. Like, but it costs so much to use like all your mana to use a spell, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot of possibilities with spells and auras and stuff, but I think for a quick change now, adding that blink and slow would be a great addition. But also make it so you've got to be 200 skill in a certain weapon to use certain one. So
well, this is another thing. He also mentioned increasing the skill so you do more damage. In a nutshell, he wants to improve myth-of-soma melee damage. That's because it does need a buff, without a doubt, because we don't hurt devils. 4 players have now made it so people can take basically 1 damage off any weapon, no matter what tag and speed and everything. So myth-of-soma does need a big boost in damage. So that's kind of, so if you add more, let's say you go from 200 skill to 250, you will do, I don't know how much more damage, but you do definitely more damage. You know, kind of the difference between like 100 skill and 200 skill is quite significant, you know, damage-wise. So basically saying if he increases skills, and I think that's not a bad idea, because if it's very slow as well, if like getting from 200 to 250 is slow, at least you've got something else. Let's say you cap, but your skill's still not completed. You've still got to then go and hunt to complete your skill. So I think that's a really nice idea. And again, it's just,
I'd love to see be able to open up skill in general. So you can use more weapons. I'd love to be able to use 3 weapons.
Yeah, we've said that in the past. I'd still think that's a good idea. I still think you'd see a lot more weapons in PvP.
Oh, 100%.
I'd 100% get like, I'd go, if I could, I'd have that pan knuckle now. I'd be using pan claw for this.
Yeah, instead of a stone,
but I can't, because I need stone and I need a bow. So I've got no choice. But I'd love to use that pan claw right now, because it'd be insane.
But imagine if they opened it up, but then you were still, in a sense, forced to focus on one weapon to get a certain skill. So, for example, like spear, you needed 200 or you needed 300 skill for spear to use the like blink or the slow target or whatever new spell, if you brought a new spell or anything. So you still need to be high in that one skill for that one weapon. So you still like, so you couldn't go right, I'm gonna go Stinger today, and I'm gonna go because I can use this spell, and then I'll go like Spear tomorrow, so I can use a different spell. You should have it so you're limited, and it takes a long time to get to 300. So you've got to really dedicate yourself to like one weapon, in a sense. Do you know what I mean?
If the new weapons, let's say 250 skills a new cap, and the new weapons should be 250 skill, if they got a 5% proc of a spell on, that means you can only have that one. You can have to be a master in one weapon, and that's it.
Yeah, but you can still go back to like your Stinger. You can still go back to an axe, so you can stone and do whatever. Do you know what I mean? So you're not just limited.
So basically, you could the new tier weapons you can only use one of, and you can use 2 of the shack level weapons.
Basically.
Or maybe one of the shack level weapons, one of the Stinger level weapons.
Yeah,
that's not a bad idea.
So if you went like 250, and then what is it for shack weapon? Is it 150 skill?
Shack, I'm not sure. Not going on me. So Stinger's like 143. Well, let's say if you did, you'd have to do it math. You'd have to maybe do it like 250, 200, 150, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah.
So we'd maybe have to change the weapon skills for the Stingers and stuff. So.
But that won't be hard for them to change.
So if you did,
so
if they were,
easy.
Would it be easy, Tom?
Easy. But yeah, I think that'd be a great idea.
That's not a bad idea, that. So can you see? Come up with good ideas on these brainstorming podcasts. So so it'd be 200, 250, 200, 150.
Yeah,
and then the thing that's big.
It'd be great.
And if you could lock them as well, which Finito spoke about, Anti, so you click the spell. Yeah. You click the skill and it locks it so it can't increase or decrease.
So
that way you can literally choose then which weapons you want to do. Yeah. So you max out your main weapon, which let's say sub, we're gonna max out bow. The second one I might do knuckle, and then the third one I might do axe. So I still got stone.
Yeah.
So I could still use. So basically, I could use panclaw or the new bow for my main weapons. Can't use a stinger anymore. I couldn't. I can use a stinger, can't I?
You could use a stinger, but you couldn't use a crossbow.
I couldn't use
the crossbow.
No. Yeah, I couldn't use a cross. Oh no, I could use a crossbow.
Oh no, you'd have it'd be the axe. You wouldn't be able to use the mauler because your axe would only be like 150. So you could use a blue wave axe, but you couldn't use the new axe or the mauler, basically.
Yeah, good point.
Which is the way
however that works.
So you can literally have every character would have 3 weapons of each tier. So you can use a mag tier, you can use a shack tier, and you can use the Negamare tier.
Yeah.
So you can use 3 weapons, 3 tiers, but at least you ain't getting like one person running around with 3 Negamare weapons. Do you know what I mean? You got to actually be a master in that skill to use that.
And it should be difficult. It should be like a grind to get there, in my opinion, as well.
Yeah. It should take your whole of Cat Race to get to like 250.
It should take a few months. At least.
And being able to lock the skills, which I believe Finn is going to do. We've half heard on forum that Finn is wanting to put a lock button in on the skills, and I hope and pray that is added for patch race. I'm sure Finn can do it. He's amazing at what he's doing, and he's
really active at the moment.
He's been changing so much at the moment. He's changed all sorts of stuff. We're going to go into that in a minute, but that lock skill button would be absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant to have. I'd love it. I think if you're doing that with what we've just talked about with the new tier weapons and all that, it'd be great to. I think it'd be needed in a sense. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the thing. Everyone's got to kind of shat level weapons, and suddenly everyone can kind of use that and keep stone. So I mean, everyone's got to. I think majority of people would have. Well, let's say all the people who kind of subs build now, they would probably do that. They would probably go bow as their main, spear or pan as their, or sword as their second, and then axe as a third. So all the kind of the weapons that aren't really worth a lot would suddenly be very used.
Or they go staff as the third weapon because they don't want to gain int with a friggin' M-tag weapon.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice, yeah.
So people will still be able to have axe, so relevant in PvP. You'd still be able to have your main weapon, which is your bow, which would be a Negamare bow. And then you'd be able to have your staff, which would be your third weapon, and still be able to use an Azure staff, or at least a Shiro staff, so that you can gain int at a normal rate, rather than it being a ridiculous, stupid rate. And half the time, there's so many characters that aren't capped because people don't want to drop weapons, because they don't want to do staff, and they can't cap because it takes them so long to gain int with an M-tag weapon. That is half the issue.
And even mages then as well. They'd be able to use bow and axe and keep the staff, so they can level up. Fine, no issues whatsoever.
Because if we want to gain some decks now on Rocky for the cat race, we're gonna have to drop axe completely and then skill up bow just to get a bit of dex, and then when we get to the decks we want, we're gonna have to do it all over again. We've talked about this previously, and I think this is a good. We have never brought it up again about the skills and the weapon skills and stuff like that. We don't bring it up a lot because we've obviously already talked about it, but we're bringing it up now because obviously There's new tier weapons. The patch is round the corner, like it's in a month's time or whatever. And if anything's going to be changed, if it can be changed, it's going to be done now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to be done now rather than... It's not going to be done in 6 months. It's going to be done, and it can be done. I'm sure Finn will be doing it now. Or Dan will be doing it now. Do you know what I mean?
I think it just makes the game a lot more playable, doesn't it? That's basically what it is. It makes it a lot less of a ball ache, a lot more playable.
Yeah, it's a quality of life change. We talk about it all the time, quality of life changes, just to make things less of a grind for people.
Yeah, I'd rather it be twice as slow to level, but I can have that option of having the staff, than, you know what I mean, than being slower but have to use an M-tag weapon, just because it's nice just to have all that options for the character as well.
Yeah. Totally.
So yeah, keep it slow. Add enough skill that you can have 150, 200, 250. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And then lock them at that. Then it doesn't matter what you do. Then lock all three as they are, and then you can kill any mob, anything. It's not gonna, because that's the thing. If you started, say, if you can't lock it, let's say if you use axe at 150 and started hitting something with axe, and you gained 0.1 of a skill, it'd take it off the middle one, wouldn't it? Yeah. Which then means you'd have to then reskill it with a different weapon to use that tier again if you change the shack level weapons to 200 skill, which would be a ball ache. So yeah, you'd really have to lock it in to make it worthwhile, that kind of option. But yeah, that'd be awesome. I think just in general that gives players so much more to work towards. You know, so like I say, you know, now I would have to make, let's say you forget the pan, let's say we never made the pan claw. I would then have to make a new bow. I would have to make a new shack level weapon, either sword, pan, or spear, and then axe is basically just used for, you know, for the stat gains and the stone. So, but I'd have to wait two new. Every single person would have to make 2 new weapons, or at least 1 new weapon.
And we'd have a year to do it.
Well, you can have as long as you want, yeah.
Well, because we discussed this in, I think, the last time, where we said, I think it were episode 13, where we said it'd be great for these patches to be yearly, and it'd be 6 months for leveling and 6 months for like just general playing at cap and farming and getting the new items and making your new weapons and so on and so on.
Yeah.
So in a year, you'd have a year to go, and it keeps it fresh. I think if you had a patch every like 4 months, I think it's too. I won't want it all the time. You know what I mean? Because you'd have the same. I don't know. With how this game is, you couldn't, unless they up the rates massively, like drop rates and stuff. If you had a patch raise and a new web tier all the time, people, like Dan even said to himself, to you, didn't he, about, I can't believe no one's made the shack weapons yet.
The spear, yeah.
Like +8 spears and bows and all that. I can't believe that's not happened.
We've tried. I've tried a lot, trust me.
Yeah, we've tried a lot. But that's because of the game, how it is. But that goes on to us, Matt. That's what we talked about in the last one about the bosses, that we weren't able to spawn shack, were it? Now, the new patch raise, we all believe that the new crystals that have been put in, we're going to be able to spawn Negame. Hopefully. So if we can spawn Negame, or at least like once a day, twice a day, or once a week, at least once a week, or once every 2 days.
Once a day would be great. Once a day would be awesome.
Great Grand Devil Guard. If we could do that...
Not once a Soma day, once a real life day.
Yeah, every 24 hours, yeah.
Well, it has to be I think it should be a random... Thing is, if you knew it was, say, 8 o'clock at night...
Everyone's just going to log on at 8.
Korea, and yeah, everyone log off. It has to be a completely random time, like... Yeah. You know what I mean? What if I just picked something that I don't need? Bone armor.
Yeah, so... hopefully, the new web tier, because there's these crystals, because you're going to be able to spawn the bosses ourselves rather than Dan just coming on and spawning it for us, the new web tier will be in the game quicker, a lot quicker than shack, so we'll be able to get the weapons, the new weapons, etc.
Yeah,
because shack weapons we were never able to get shack weapons unless Dan logged on. Now it shouldn't be like that in my eyes. It shouldn't be like that. You should be able to get your guild together and go, right, we're going to go do a raid today, we're going to kill Negame, we're going to go do blah, 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 blah. We're going to spawn the boss, try get some weapons. You know?
Also, as well, there was... what the fuck is his real name? Tony linked that old video, didn't he, of the test server. And there was a Negamare boss on that video. Oh, delight tab. I've not had one of them drop in fucking ages. Thank God for that. 2 tabs today. It's a lucky day. Yeah, there was a Negamare on that, and it was the skin of the one that's on the website as well. So I can't wait to see this Negamare. It was doing stupid damage as well, and I think these were level 150. It was in that video posted in the WhatsApp. Just check it. It's about 3 minutes in. It was like PvP compilation 2011 or something like that.
And it was on the old test server.
Yeah, the old test server, and I think they were level 150. And he said they were like 300 strength, 200 dex, so much int, whatever. And it was absolutely destroying them all. So I think it's going to be extremely hard to kill. And
yeah, come up here.
Anyway, so that's enough of the. Basically, everyone's got something to work towards, on this. I think it's going to be the biggest change to this server since the last cap raise, because that was a huge change, obviously, as well. So yeah, I'm excited about it. I'm really excited about it. What's next on the list?
And it's due out. We don't have an official date.
There's no official date yet.
But Dan has given us some small pointers that it's going to be end of August, early September. So that's when we're hoping.
And if it isn't, then don't all start having to go at him, because he's obviously trying to do all that. Just him and Finn, so just take your time. It's coming though, they're working on it. That's the main thing.
At least we know it's. Look, he wouldn't have done the name thing. He wouldn't have done like vote for the name. He wouldn't have done that if he didn't know it were going to be, in a couple of months or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
So I do believe that it is going to come very, very soon, and we all can't wait. The sooner the better. Can't wait.
Sooner the better. I'll have to book a week off work, I think.
I know. Do it when all the kids go back to school. That'd be a great time.
That's my busiest time at the gym. It was mental in September, our gym, because all the mums are free and then they come back training. Anyway, it is honestly it's busier than January. September is.
Anyway, so yeah, new patch, can't wait. New web tier. One thing I did want to ask: do you know anything about if there's going to be any armors? New armors.
Someone mentioned this, and we were talking about this in town, and they said about, you need your armors if it's going to be more melee. No, I disagree. Fort plates have now made it so, like, if you get intense bit of bone armor and stick a load of fort plates on, the defense is so high, there's no need for new armors, because fort plates creates new armor. So I don't think that there is need. I think people can create, like the new hero top. If you add a few, I don't know if you could add full plates to that, but Brad Cole's got +8 strength. That's like insane, bro. So no one's seen the. So I don't know what defense that is, but I'm sure it's fine.
Say that again.
The Hero 2 helm. I don't think anyone's had that yet.
Buying Graph Essence, guys.
Yeah, we'll need 2 more.
We need Zombie and Graph, and we'll let you know what it all is if you want to know.
So, yeah. Anyway, I don't think there is need for new armor, in my opinion. I think Fort Plates have created it so you can create. If you want to go high defense, then there we go.
But we had new armor. Hero armor was the new armor.
Oh yeah, hero. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, if you got full.
If you got full hero armor, that armor's pretty good. The hero armor, and you can upgrade it.
The issue is, it's the melee damage, not the melee defense. I mean, Fort Plates have made it now, so like, Shalo's gear and Kajikan's gear, you can tank devils with that stuff on now. That's kind of where it's at. So I don't think if you want to go tank gear, you can create a tank gear set. It's very simple. Look at Shalo's damage; it's minimum damage, I think, in all melee attacks. So. There's no need for new armors at the moment. Maybe in a couple of patch raises when damage is overtaken kind of, what Fort Plates can do on a bit of bone, then yeah, maybe. But I don't think for this one. I think it would just kind of make the new weapons irrelevant. And I think it would make the old weapons so underpowered, it'd be melee. Everyone would go mage, basically.
I'd love to see you be able to do something with hero armor, as in not... I'd love to see people upgrade hero armor, but everyone's so scared because if you
I'm not even touching this top. I'd love to do what Brad's done, but the thing is, if it was a repeatable quest, I would.
Yeah.
If I could do it again, I definitely would try and rip this, but you can't. It's not worth it. So maybe that's what it is. It may be a repeatable quest, but it has to somehow manage that you can't get 2 of it. You know what I mean? You can have
1 at a time.
1 at a time, yeah.
If you break it, you can go back to the head of town and say, I broke my top, I'm an idiot, the anvil hates me.
Bell end.
Can I redo the quest? And he said, go on, you boy, good luck.
Yeah, if that's possible,
it's not hard to get. I mean, sorry, it's not easy to get.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. That's the only thing I will say. Is
it'd be an app. Imagine if okay, let's say I try to rip this now and it broke ripping it. I'd be like, oh, for God's sake! It'd probably take me a couple of weeks to get it again.
Yeah, it would.
I'd be very, very wary of doing it again. Put it that way. Yeah. I wouldn't do it just ad hoc. It'd be the hero top. Sorry, not the hero top. The hero helm it's so difficult to get. I think most people would only do the VOD top upgrade because there's no boss things in it. Is I don't know about the bias ones. I haven't tried that one.
It's a lot easier to get the top.
And
I would tell everybody to try and get it. If you haven't got a decent top, get the Hero 2 top. The defense is absolutely brilliant. The +5 strength is brilliant. And
it looks cool.
It looks cool as shit. Yeah, look at mine. It looks well cool. So I'd love to see a bit of a different colour to it, but I think we've already said that. But anyway, so Hero 2 is the new tier of armor. So I know people have mentioned it, but just think about that it were only like a month ago and we got new armor. I know it can break, which no one likes, so everyone's scared of upgrading it, but it is really good. The armors are really good, and I think the legs are going to be like +5 dex, aren't they? Or something?
I think they are +5 dex. Yeah, I think someone's got them. I'm sure they have. I remember someone saying they were +5 dex. Anyway, but the thing is, with 6'3" DTs on that, you got +8 dex pads on a very high defense.
It's really good. That
it's very good for it's very good for hunting. Very good for tank. It's great. So I think maybe just make our Hero 2 repeatable somehow, and that's people's opportunity to to YOLO their hero if they can risk it. But anyway, so there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do with the new patch raises. I think it's be a huge kind of increase for the user count and things like that as well. So on other news, what other news have we got, Tom? Do you want to go for the techie stuff that Finny has been doing?
One thing I would want to say first before we move on. You can craft stingers now. You can craft stingers now, and I'd love to see for the new patch or a patch before the big patch, add bitter bone or at least bone armor to the crafter's table for armor crafters, because we can craft mag weapons now. We should be able to craft bitter bone, and especially with the new weapons coming out, we're all going to need more defense to put fort plates on, etc., etc. I think it'd be great to be able to craft them. And plus, armor crafters, what can they do? They can't do anything. It's like pointless being an armor crafter. So
if you craft it with, because what's happening with the stingers is you craft it with basic mats, you get basically the same type of attack, I think, but more Jura. If you craft it with mag mats, you've got a massive high chance of a like say if it goes to a tag, like a rare tag, it'd be a lot higher attack than a normal. Oh, another CT. Fucking hell. It'd be a lot higher attack than the standard kind of rare tag. I think Loopy did do one actually. So let's say, same principle, you want an intense bitter bone helm, for example, or a bitter bone helm. You start using your mag mats, and it just makes mags a bit more relevant to hunt as well. This is why we're collecting all the mats now, because you can actually use the mats for basically everything now.
Yeah, they buff the weapons basically. If you add a mag mat like well, no, sorry, you don't add them. You use them in replace.
Use them, so you use it scarlet bar instead of like copper bar or whatever.
Yeah, the cloth, the woven cloth instead of like linen, etc. It makes the weapon stronger, gives it better stats. So everybody who's been leaving them on the ground, we love you guys because we've been picking them all up and we've got thousands now. So in a sense, we could go and craft a load of really good stingers or whatever we wanted. We're not though. Because we don't really need them, and we're just going to keep collecting them. But moving on from that, so hopefully we can add bitter bone at some point. Patch soon, bitter bone added for armor crafters. Make it high skill like stingers and stuff.
Well, that again creates it. Rather than having a new armor, it's going to be a higher defense than the drop bitter bone in it. So there you go. Exactly. That's a new armor.
That's your new armor tier. Yeah, you use the mag weapons. I'm sorry, they use the mag materials, and then you get better bit of bone than even dropped bit of bone. So yeah, there's your web tier, and then you've got your hero too. and then hopefully in the future we look at accessory crafters, because this is what Dan said to us. Isil said to us that he wants to make crafters way more relevant. He wants to make it so what they've done to get their skill is rewarded, so they can make stuff. So Matt, we might see a hero ring added at some point. Things like this. I think if you look on the armories, Matty said this to me the other day. Oh, there's a new ring, and I'm like, what? Ring of Power or something? And I think. I had a look, and there is actually like, I think it is Ring of Power.
Yeah, Ring of Power, yeah.
And he was like, Ring of Power's being added, the Ring of Power, and I was like, the Ring of Power. So I'm typing it in Armory, and I'm like, wow, he's actually right. And there is a Ring of Power, and we have no idea what it is. I don't know if anybody else knows what it is, but there's a Ring of Power.
Were you more surprised that I was right, or that Ring of Power?
Yeah, I was more surprised you were right.
Wow, it was right.
It was actually right. I thought you dreamt this. So yeah, there is a Ring of Power, but it's item ID 44, so it's been in the game since like the Koreans put it in when they made the game, or whoever made the game. You know what I mean? So it's been it's obviously been in the game for like ever and ever. So, and I asked Silver about it, so you don't all have to go, ooh. I asked him about it. I said, is this a new ring? Is Matty right? And Dan just went, no, Matty's wrong. Totally wrong. Because Matty, you was like, we need to save everything for this Ring of Power. This Ring of Power is going to be amazing. It's the new... And I was like, no, it can't be, surely.
The one ring to rule them all.
And then I said this to Silver, and he was like, don't listen to Matty. No, it's not a new ring. And I was like, oh, thanks.
I wonder how many people now will listen to this who've just searched the armory and went,
So yeah, Silver said that it isn't a new ring. Great. So, but that what I'm saying is that there hopefully is new rings that can be only craftable. And we have to find out the match for him and blah, 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 and all this. Maybe we have to add gems to him. A large diamond and I don't know, 100 of each of the mag.
Oh, a stinger.
Nice. So yeah, like a large diamond and the mag mats, and we can make like, I don't know, some crazy nice ring. Do you know what I mean? We should be great.
Right. Also, what about like, let's say crafting rocks, but the Jura is like 3k Jura if it's like a high tag. You know what I mean? Something like that.
Oh yeah, because
for hunting, imagine like a 3k Jura rock.
Yeah, rocks are a great addition. We've said it before, haven't we? Go out, get yourselves some rocks. They're well worth it. I think Mav doesn't have any rings, and he used rocks on his, and he's got a really good character, and he hunts mags.
For hunting, leveling, they're brilliant because you can repair them normally. Because obviously, how do you? I picked this up. I got no space.
So yeah. Imagine that'd be great. It'd be great. We've said it before. Rocks. Go out, get them. People have loads of them these days. I'm sure you can pick them up for free. Any new players. We just go shout in town, anyone got any rocks, because they're well worth it. Ringer Knights and call. But yeah, we talked about them before, but they'd be great addition for accessory crafters to be able to craft them. And don't put them too high skill, put them at like maybe 150. You know what I mean? Just so they can at least see, people can log in and go, anyone can make me some rocks. Yeah, here you go. Do you know what I mean? I think it'd be great.
So coming off the back of this hunt, because I actually wanted to see how this hunt went. I've not had a lot of luck recently. But Capture the Flag was on Saturday and we won. Humans turned out on force, man. It was ridiculous. We had about 20, 25 on or something like that.
Really?
Wow. Yeah, it was really busy. It was great. And I really enjoy Capture the Flag. I think Dan's done a really good job with it. A lot of people were like, oh, it's PvE. No, it's not. It's actually PvP, full-on PvP. It's just very difficult to do.
And it's balanced.
Everyone's the same.
Everyone's
exactly the same. And I actually tested this, so this is what I figured out. It's a percentage damage that you do to the HP. So I was testing it with 2 devils, and I actually tested it with a complete level 1. I put a level 1 in there and got let the devil hit it. And it was like 67 HP to 50 HP. They did like 17 damage, but it was a percentage of the HP it does. So it doesn't matter what level you are. Basically, grab a T-bow. Don't use any other. Use a ranged weapon because everything's ranged too. So use a T-bow, and just turn up. But it's 20% more drops, and I think this is actually the best hunt I've ever had. I think at Mags Conti. You had a really good hunt yesterday, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been here for like 2 days now, and I've had some really good drops.
So I think Conti's
Abar got legendary stinger here yesterday.
A legendary stinger?
No, legendary stinger. Sorry, I got your hopes up then, didn't I? You were like, ching ching. No, it was.
I don't say I've never even. He would have posted that picture, wouldn't he?
He had a snake bite. Legendary.
No, that's Kardashian, wasn't it?
No, that was Abar, wasn't it?
No, it's definitely Kardashian.
Oh, it was one of them anyway. It was one. Someone in VK got a bloody legendary.
Yeah. Legendary snake bite. It was like 60 something.
Oh,
66
ridiculous. It was like 880 recall standard.
Yeah, it's good.
It's going to be absolutely recall. Like the recall on it is going to be ridiculous. Like
Conti drops more.
It should be ridiculous.
It broke anyway, didn't it?
I think he ripped it, yeah. I had yesterday an RDT, an EP, and like a rare stinger from one mag. Like a triple drop, and I had like a tab, an EP, and a weapon, a rare weapon. In one mag.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we've worked it out that it's like, obviously, I think Conti mags are 10% and as a whole. Conti mags are 10% drop rate buff as a whole. And then we've got the 20%, is it 20% for CTF, isn't it? Capture the flag.
Yeah, I've got
so it's like,
sting on, so
it's like 30% drop rate buff right now where we are now, compared to normal.
Yeah, I've definitely noticed the difference in this. We have 3 tabs and a rare stinger in this, so that's we've not had that in it. I mean, how long as well? It's been about an hour.
We came here with, there was 5 archers yesterday, and we like literally melt them. Like we kill them so fast, it's ridiculous. Like VK came in here and did a guild hunt, and we was killing, like it was just ridiculous, and we got so much loot between us all, and we all rolled for it. Really good. We enjoyed it.
Good. Yeah, we came with Rainbow, the Korean, and who was it? There's me, Rainbow,
me,
Rare, you, Card,
and I think Mav was there.
There was another Papyrus as well. Yeah, there was a few. That was a good hunt, and the Devil came and got absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, that's the good thing about hunting in a group. If the devil does come, you can kill him.
Yeah, so basically, Capture the Flag. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was brilliant, and Fox, I think it was Fox Trick, put a thing on for Capture the Flag. He actually did. So I'm just gonna read this out now. Just make sure I don't die a second, because I'm gonna have to just look away from my keyboard for a sec.
I can't. No promises.
No, let's go over here a second. Make sure Devil don't get me. So Fox Trick was PMing a few of us and say, what do you think about that? It was a bit glitchy, basically, Capture the Flag. There was a few things. So, in fact, if you want to go read this, it's on the ideas and suggestions. But basically, bug gameplay fixes. Spear still has range 2 at Capture the Flag. All the weapons are range 1. Is that correct? So, yeah, I don't know if you hit with an axe and knuckle and stuff. Is that still range 1 or range 2? I presume it's range 1. This is why I tell everyone to just bring a T-bow. Graphics bug. Basically, everyone has a fucking flag above their head. So I think when you pick it up, it doesn't go, the flag. So there's a few bug fixes like that that just make it a bit harder to play. When you die, so let's say if I pick up the Devil flag and then they kill me, you don't actually die. You stay alive and you don't see the flag drop. So it's just like a little few buggy type things. Blink didn't seem to work at all. I think with Blink, what it might be is the range is like, say, range 3 or something. But the Blink, to be honest with you, should be the maximum range of the screen, in my opinion. You should be able to blink. If you can see the character, you should be able to blink to it. I think that would be really good. Same with slow target as well. That seemed to kind of just sometimes work and sometimes not work. And just generally hitting them, like the range 2, it just wasn't really working at all. So I think maybe just buffing it to range 3. Everything's range 3, and at least you can get them then. Removing feathers was on there, because the thing is, people get the flag and then they feather away. So it's a bit of a just remove feathers.
I never knew you could feather.
Yeah. Well, everyone was doing it. I was doing it as well. Flagging feather away, and then you're away then, aren't you? Yeah, so little things like that.
You can't pot when you've got the flag.
Well, this is why. Okay, so when I get the flag, I die literally instantly. Hits, and I can't pot. Yeah, that's correct. But then Afro got it, and there was I'm not joking, there must have been 8 of us hitting him, and he just kept going on, going and walking and walking. It was walking because he was slowed, but he did not die in like 2 hits like I did. So I don't know what it was. I don't know if there's some sort of glitch in it, but it definitely wasn't. And a few people said that it seemed that when they got the flag, when Devils got the flag, it took them ages to die.
Because it's based on it's based on a percent system. Is the damage?
I've tested it. It's fine. When I hit each other, it was fine. It was very fair. There was no increase between Devil or human. But it just seemed when they got the flag, there was something wrong. It didn't really add up. So basically, I think Capture the Flag is a brilliant, and people are getting it now. People are like, right, this is good fun. Let's team up. A lot of us were saying, like, we'll defend the flag. You guys are going to attack. And I really enjoy it. It's kind of like you're on the edge of your seats for the whole hour. Some people said, reducing it to half an hour might work. Yeah, it was still fun. So I don't know, kind of leave that to the GMs. But yeah, I really kind of enjoyed it. A lot of people did. A lot of people are playing it now, and it's a good time for Korea. So a lot of the Devil Korea, there was literally about 8 or so Devil Koreans on. So it's something that the Koreans can do. An epic bone helm. You got any space? Pick that up if you can. I'll take that. Yeah. So yeah, just GM, if you listen to this, just have a quick look at that post. Anyway, it's all in there. But yeah, I think it's a really good addition to the game. If you've never played it yet, Saturday mornings. Intense sting! Oh, I thought it was a fucking stinger then. I've got no space. You have to pick everything up, man.
I'm keeping that, boy.
Yeah, pick it up. See what recoil is.
Woo.
This is a cracking hunt. This. Imagine if that was a stinger.
Told you it's worth it, boys. 44 to 61.
44 to 61, but good bottom end, bit poor top end.
C 930.
That's not the. It's not the. You can get him speed B. You see, if you can be 900. So it's still a good one though. Still intense. Yeah. So, fucking hell, how long have we been going now?
45.
Okay, so we're back, part 2 on this podcast. We have to go and re-resi, re-pot, drop all the items off and stuff. We had a really good hunt then, so we'll see what happens in the second half of this. Yeah. So actually, Dan was just on quickly, and he was just talking about the new patch, because obviously we spoke a lot about it in the first half, and he just confirmed a couple of things, which I think are pretty fucking cool, to be honest. So basically, obviously, the new weapons are going to be added. There's also going to be new accessories, new upgrades, and something new that they're trying out, but they're not going to tell us what it is. So that's new upgrades and new, new accessories, new upgrades, also new recipes. Ooh, so we spoke about a bit of bone armor.
Hopefully, maybe.
That could be interesting. So
ring of power, maybe. Ring of power.
The ring of power, the one ring to rule them all.
The one ring.
And yeah, so that could be huge. So yeah, there's going to be there's such a buzz around this patch now. I think it's going to be even bigger than the last one. Obviously, the last one brought tons of people back to the game. So yeah, we'll see. So yeah, new recipes, new accessories, new upgrades. So that could, so people are saying new armors. Well, maybe the upgrades will create new armors. Because intense bit of bone is pretty good defense, to be fair. So maybe that's
good. It's really good.
Yeah. So maybe that could be something.
It's the bone to get.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's good, but there's going to be I think people who kind of quit because the one couldn't keep up with other people's items or whatever. Everyone's going to be starting fresh. It's going to be simple as that. Everyone's going to be starting fresh now. You've got to kind of start to make new stuff. So
yeah. If I were everyone, I'd get you. If you cap now, get double SR ready.
Another EP. And
if you're not capped, get capped, because next patch is going to be bloody awesome.
Bloody awesome. I love the skins as well. The new weapons. They look really smart.
Yeah, I've customized a few of mine. Like, I'm sure everybody's thinking, why is Tom got funny coloured blue bone?
Oh, have you got it on that now? Yeah.
Yeah, and the stinger. Like, if you stand still, and everyone just has a look at Matty's stinger, it's actually flashing. Now, the Koreans are doing a lot of this, and it's Palvin that's sent me a load of stuff to change. Like, if you look at Matty's aura, I've got rainbow auras on, and I've got a different this and that. But anyway, this is all silly little things that you can do to keep things a bit fresh. But Palvin's put it on the forums, so if you go check the forums out, discussion forums, he's put it on there with a link to the stinger, so you can all have a flashy stinger. Props to...
I've not got it on this, but I will do, I think, after.
So only I can see these colours, by the way.
I can't see anything. There's no one on the screen.
On his screen, everything's normal. But on my screen, bone looks like this, the stinger looks like this. So this doesn't edit. Like, it's not like good a game. It's not game break. It's just colours. It's not going to do. It's going to change anything. But anyway, yeah. If anybody wants to do that, go look on the forums. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I wanted to talk about a few things that have been going on. We're going to move on now from a few ideas and talk about a few of the things that actually have changed. Well, I'm still going to bring up some ideas that people notice, but there's been a few changes that Finn's done, aren't they? He's changed. Yeah. He's changed. You can change font sizes now. Now, if you look at the top, mine is larger than. You probably can't really tell, but mine is a bit larger. My writing, so I just. As you can see, it's a bit larger. I think I'm size 4. I think it was 14. I put mine to, which I think Finn said the default's 13, so I'm 1 higher. I know somebody posted in our group and put changes to like 20, and I think it was Cybelle.
Yeah, Cybelle.
And like she couldn't even see anything because it was so big, the writing, but yeah, you can change also. His font size is a nice little change. Makes it things easier, especially when you're playing on big monitors and stuff, or if you've got the super size widescreen resolution on. I know I used to be able to use that and then couldn't see the writing, so I had to change it. But now if I can change the writing, I'll be able to play it. So it's a good, nice little change. That's all really he's changed, except from he's done a few little tweaks and.
Is something to do with the dual monitor or something?
He's fixed the dual monitor. We all know. I don't play dual monitor anymore now because on my main gaming PC, I just hate the monitor lag, and every single little patch that he does, it breaks it, or I don't know. Every time there's a Windows update, it breaks the monitors. So your dual monitor patch. So Finn fixes it, and then they do a Windows update, and it breaks it again. So Finn has to do literally a new update for the server.
Every time Windows update.
Yeah, and it's just a pain in the ass. So now I just have one monitor, but I have multiple PCs and all sorts of stuff. But he's done a few little changes, like he did the FPS cap, then he did the font change. He changed bones in myth-of-soma. I think we're at bone skulls, and now can be classed as actual bones.
As a bone, yeah. It's crafted, I presume.
Which is good. He changed the myth-of-soma Magma Beast was dropping copper plate items instead of pills of dread, which sounds like a horrendous thing that was happening for them guys. So they were getting when a copper plate was being dropped, it should have been a pills of dread.
That's annoying.
Which is pods, so that's annoying. So he's fixed that for him. He's done something with G-Birds. He's done all sorts of stuff. Anyway, you can see it all on the forums. You pretty much all know about it. Yeah, but there are a few little ideas that I wanted to bring to attention.
Is this from the ideas section?
Yeah, and on the discussion all that people have discussed. So, for one of them, I really, really, really would like to see, and I know Fox Tricks did this as well, and Fox is doing a hell of a lot for the community right now, like massive props to Fox.
If we had Play of the Week, he'd have it.
But he'd have it every week. He'd literally have it every week, wouldn't he? We don't do it anymore because he'd win it every week. No, hands down, he's doing the most for the community than anyone, and I don't care. You can all hate me for that. He is. No one can deny that. So he is. Yeah. Props to Fox. And I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna talk about Fox's little things very soon, but party sizes and like charisma gains and stuff like that. Matty literally leveled up with a tank on. Well, we leveled the sub up on with a tank since level 1. Matty healed. Matty did the all the stuff that everybody does to make the super character, and we did it. And he has, what do you have? 68.
68.5.
Yeah, and he literally, guys, I'm telling you right now, we had a tank, or he was in a party.
Right, we disagree on this though, so just get your point across, so I can put mine across.
There's no way you should only have 68 and only be able to have 6 people in a party. There's no way. I think it's so slow. It is so slow, the games, it's ridiculous, the charisma. And myth-of-soma, they have crazy charisma. They can have like 12 people in a party. And on myth-of-soma, you can only have like 6. Oh, I think Virgil's got 80 now, so he can have 8. But he's got the amount of hours on his character is ridiculous. Like he's years and years and years.
I think it's fine because it gives you, like, I got a point charisma before, and I was like, you know, you still gather something after your cap. Yeah, maybe a slight increase would be fine, but I think it's good that it's so hard to get to increase a party size.
It needs an increase because, especially for like Fox doing his community events.
Yeah, that's enough now. That's fine. Move on.
It needs changing. Something needs to be done. I don't care what you say. Something needs to be done. Just because you've got loads and no one else can get in it, because it's always, guys, I'll party you, I need charisma. Like, literally, if you hunt with Matty, he's the only one allowed to be party leader. Ever. Yeah, so nobody else in VK or any of the other guilds are allowed to party Matty. He literally says to you, right, I'm leaving party, I'll party you. It's like, alright. So, but we've got to do that. This is the problem. We have to do that because we can only focus on one character. Which is true, Matty. You can't deny that.
Move on.
Anyway.
What's the next point? What's the ideas one? You had a few ideas.
I liked the toggle name above head and toggle health bars on and off.
Yeah, that's good.
I wouldn't want health bars in PvP, so like you turn it on so everybody on the screen has got a health bar, but for your own health bar, so if I'm not in a party, I can toggle the health bar on my character over the head. So if I went in a party right now with Matty, I could literally type like toggle HP bar and it just pop up anyway.
Yeah.
Not everybody else's. I wouldn't want like for PvP it'd be horrendous having HP bars on there all the time. I think that's not needed. But being able to toggle it on and off, like when you're hunting, solo hunting, I think that'd be great to toggle it on and off. Because everybody prefers the health bar on the top. Everybody does. They love this health bar on the top. So I think that'd be great to have the toggle HP bar. And another one like toggling names. I think names would be brilliant. Like especially in open world PvP when we have fights with DL or GV and a bias game, whatever, to be able to see which character's which by names in the head, just be able to toggle it on and off, toggle player names, and it just toggles all the names all the time and they're always on.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be great. And that will put on the ideas and suggestions. I think that's a really good idea. And I think I think Finn might have even replied saying it is something he's looking into. So hopefully he looks into it and we can get it. Another major one was the disassemble skill. And
this has been a lot of talk about this recently.
Yeah, because now we've the potions and stuff. Everybody's making potions and stuff now, and I think you need gems to make new potions, do you?
So basically, you want the ability to break the gems up, the larger gems, because you can put them obviously into a larger gem. But also, Dios mentioned something really interesting, and I've had this issue a few times. If you're bidding on something, you've only got a large diamond. Let's say you do the brick quest, you get a large diamond, and you want to buy something for 3 small diamonds. You can't. You've got to kind of get 6 diamonds off them in the trade, or you can't buy it. So it would be nice to be able to just disassemble the gem into a smaller, so you large into 3 meds and a med into 3 smalls.
Definitely.
I think that'd be really nice. Yeah, that'd be really nice.
Even if it were a chance. I don't know, make but a high chance to do it. You know what I mean? Come up here anyway. There's loads up here.
One sec, I'm stoned.
Yeah, I think this assemble skill make it work. I don't even know it works. Don't even know really what it does or what. I don't even know. I'm not a crafter, but
I think I had it on Matty, but I never used it. I don't know. I've never used it, so I don't know.
This character's got cook, create a potion in the field, prepare, and disassemble. This character actually has got all that stuff, but I would literally have no idea what to do. Like with any.
Did you weaken that mag on the left?
Yeah, that one me.
Okay. I thought there might be someone here. Might get some PK.
So yeah, I think changes to gems, being able to break the gems down from larger to medium to small and so on. I think that's a great thing that would be great to be seen put in. Hopefully they can do it. Who knows? I have no idea. But yeah, go and upvote that on the forum. It's on the forum. Go and upvote if you think it should be put in. Go and upvote it. Everybody should go and check the forums and ideas and +1 or whatever if they believe. Don't just read it and go, oh yeah, that'd be great. Actually put a post in there, a message in there, and just say, I agree, or +1.
The forums have been really good at the moment. There's been tons of positive stuff rather than just the usual bullshit.
Finn's on there all the time checking, and he even posted a thing of his to-do list. So he's literally actively on there, like writing his to-do list down and stuff. So it's worth us putting it on, or anyone putting it on, and just saying any chance we can look at having this. Because if we get, say, 50 people say, I agree, this should definitely be on, the GMs are going to be more than likely going to, do it. Because it's what the community want. So it's worth going on there and just putting a voice out there and doing it. Kill these Jazils. I've got no decks.
Don't worry, I'm on it, man. I'm on it. I'm like sniper.
So yeah, I think that's a really, really, really big thing, a great thing to have. Oh look, you just got giggled, and this was my next point. That's a coincidence. Improving white mage. I think improving white mage would be great. Maybe not adding a spell, but changing a spell to do something different. I don't know. I don't know how you would do it. People suggested things, doing stuff with like the giggle, like rendering you useless or something. I don't know. I think there's everybody's black mage because of zombie, or an SS is bigger range. Spirit Sword is bigger range, is it?
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of good reasons to be Black Mage.
Yeah, there's not.
The reason Rocky won't change to Black is because he spent too many lies diamonds on levels.
which I've said will happily spend to go Black Mage, but I think he just. I think Matty just actually like White Mage. Not Matty, Rocky. Actually does like White Mage.
Yeah, I mean, Cure and Slow are quite good, but you've got Blind, you've got Confused, you've got Zombie's the best one, and the Spirit Sword is a higher range. So there is a lot more positives to be able, and you take like 10 less. I think it's 10 less damage you take magic and 10 more damage you do white. So White Mage should be technically more powerful, but
it never feels it. Maybe maybe if that were the change, you know what I mean? They made the White Mage stronger.
So that Spirit Sword was basically maybe just make it bigger range or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, majority of the server is Black Mage, isn't it? Yeah.
Always. So yeah, I think White Mage spells to be looked into. Now I don't know because I'm not a big fan of mages. I'm not a big fan of playing Rocky right now. I prefer to play sub, but so I don't know what you could change or how you could change it. But if you've got an idea and a thought, go and put it on and see what they think. It's worth putting your point across on there. So yeah, improving white spells would be great. I think I don't know what you do, but yeah, let's see what people's ideas are on that. Chojine. He's been doing it. Is it Chojine? Do I say it right? He's probably going
Chojine.
Chojine.
Yeah. You know what I mean.
He's been doing loads at the moment about like changing loads of like files, like a bit like what I've done with the armory. He's made like weapons and stuff. So go and check that out. I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but it's all really, really cool. And I think Cho's helping Fox with all the community events, which is a really good idea. And props to Fox for doing all them. Which comes on to my next point.
I've got a point off the back end of that. What's your point first?
Go on.
Well, it was going to be somebody put on the forum of like basically they came back to the server and it was just really nice. A lot of people helped him and things like that. And then Josh asked me today, and he said, "How's the server now?" And I said, "To be honest with you, mate, it's really good." I said, "There's a lot less bullshit on it. There's a lot of people helping each other." And I think a lot of it is because the rivalry's kind of gone a bit quiet, which the DL, VK, all that stuff. And I think I'm kind of, even though it's good having a PvP and PK wars and stuff, there's not been really anything happening in the last month or so. And it's actually been a bit of a breath of fresh air with less, I think for everybody, there's less World Shout bullshit, there's less, post Guild Village War bullshit, there's just, it just seems like a nicer place to be. And a lot less stressful place to be at the moment. So maybe just keep it up. You know what I mean? It's
how it should be.
It's how it should be. Yeah, of course it is. But it's a lot better now than what's ever been that I've known. It just seems. I think what it is as well. There's a lot more of other players, not just DL now. And I don't want to make this podcast ever about DL and all that stuff. But obviously, when I joined, it was basically 90% of the server was DL and the power was all there. And now it's kind of like all spread across, which is quite nice to see. I think it's nice that the Koreans are kind of taking a part in this now, and I think that's what it is. I think it's more people have kind of are not kind of involved in all that bullshit anymore. So yeah, the server is as an all, and then obviously Foxtrick doing these community events and just generally people just wanting to get on and kind of play more PvE, more PvE style. And there was this whole discussion on the forum about this is a PvP game. If you don't like it, fuck off and all this. And I'm like, well, no, it's not. It's actually an MMORPG. PvP is part of the overall game. But you could happily play this game and never PvP if that's your cup of tea.
Well, loads of players do.
Yeah, a lot of people do. And I think these people keep saying it's a PvP only game, and I'm like, no, Counter-Strike is a PvP only game. That is just that. Fortnite is a PvP only game. So these people are saying that. I completely disagree. People don't want a PvP, and there is a lot to do. We've been kind of working on items recently and things like that. So there's so much to do now that you don't have to get involved in the PvP side of things. I don't think there should be any changes to it. The whole discussion was about nerfing it more. I think it's completely fine.
There's
nothing wrong with it. No, and then if you want to die twice and carry on hunting, that's completely fine. If you care about your KDR, then that's fine. That's your choice. At least you've now got a choice what you want to do.
Yeah.
So I think it's completely fine. I think the 2 PK rule has saved this server more than anything.
It has. It totally.
I think it's a lot of people said it ruined it, but there's probably 3 people I keep seeing repeated on the forum who don't even fucking play the server.
Yeah, exactly.
So who keep said, "Oh, it's fucking ruined." So all it took away was the ability to grief someone off the server or grief someone off the game. Yeah. That's the only ability it took away. So if anyone gets off on that, and that's the only thing they enjoy about the game, they shouldn't be in the game anyway.
Yeah.
Totally, I think that was the biggest save to the server ever. And everyone knows that PvP is my favorite part of it. PKO is my favorite part of it. But I'm also a fan of the other side of it as well, which you do more of now. Trading as well. The whole the general economy of the game seems very good at the moment. We've had some really good trades, and people are shouting all the time, trading tablets for tablets and rubies and APs and all sorts of stuff. So generally, I think because people are going out hunting, people are getting items. You know, people are focusing on that. They can enjoy the hunts now rather than thinking, "Oh my god, I'm just going to get griefed as soon as I start hunting." So, so yeah, in general, it's a better place to be. Soma is at the moment. I just hope it keeps up.
Yeah, I think it's great, honestly. And like you nailed it on the head, where it's the same people all the time posting about it ruined the server. It did not ruin the server. It made it so much better. It meant that you could hunt in peace for 30 minutes, and majority of the time, the person who PK'd you doesn't come back after 30 minutes.
Yeah.
They come back after like a couple of hours or something. Do you know what I mean? They don't sit there for 30 minutes.
They literally just run on the screen and then run off the screen.
Yeah. So, yeah, it did. It served the server. It was a great ad, and I'm pretty damn sure it's took a lot of stress off Dan.
Oh, God, I can imagine. Yeah, because I think it's common knowledge now that I don't think Ghost Lord's anything to, because he said this out loud. So there's nothing wrong with saying it on the fucking server, so I'll try to hit that then. Saying it on the podcast, but I don't think Ghost Lord's anything to do with the server anymore. That was spoken.
That's not an official statement, though, is it?
Well, it was spoken about. This is what I'm saying. It was Dan did say it in town above his head publicly, so that's all I'm repeating. So I'm not saying it. You know, I'm not accusing anything. I think that's kind of public knowledge now. So I think any bans Dan is dealing with himself. But imagine trying to sort out a patch and sort out the donations and everything else to do with the server, and then a million people moaning at him because they're getting PK'd. Yeah, that just saves him so much time. I mean, I don't think anyone can ever, unless you're getting harassed, like someone keeps slowing you or blinding you constantly, which is against the rules, obviously.
Or like abusing you over chat, like.
Yeah, I mean that still goes off, and I've seen recently and stuff.
It's not like nasty, is it? Like there's banter, but there's not like, I don't think there's any like.
Yeah, not as bad as it was. It's not as bad as it was. No. Put it this way: I've not seen the word shitter shouted in world chat constantly for the last 3 hours every night recently. You know, that's kind of where you got to look at it. It's a lot more nicer place to be in general, the game now. Like now, how long we've been playing, there's been no, I mean, it's midday, so not many people are on, but it's just another red BWA. It's just a lot better place to play now in general.
Yeah, it's a lot better. So it's worth coming back. Anybody who thinks, should I come back? There's so many new players as well. Like I know our group has messages in it all the time saying, "Do you know who so-and-so is? Do you know?" And we're usually like, "Look, it's a new person. Like this isn't an old player. This is a new person."
Yeah, I had 2 PMs this week or last week with new players. Yeah,
there's active new people coming, and this is the reason why we do these casts, like to discuss everything that's happening in the server, and it's really good right now. Like it's really
yeah, and there's more Koreans joining as well. So we said this last time. There's a lot of Koreans.
Oh, there's going to be more. There's going to be more. Yeah. There's going to be more come slowly. Like, there's going to be more come through.
I managed to join the Chinese servers chat group, and obviously they all talk Chinese, so I don't understand a word they're saying. But I always put like our podcasts and stuff in there and our videos in there. So, never know when that server dies one day. I mean, there's like 600 people in their chat group as well. Just reiterating this server's still here. We're active. There's videos happening. There's podcasts happening. There's patches and all that stuff. There's only one place. I think there's only this and that other server running. I think in the whole world, from what I know. Yeah. So yeah, it's going good.
Rainbow showed us some videos of the
it was a private Korean server a few years ago.
Yeah, and it was had some crazy stuff in it, like robots.
It was what's it? StarCraft. A lot of StarCraft 2 and 3. Enemies characters like the Protoss are in there and things like that. It was really interesting. It was a futuristic based Soma game. Whoever did it obviously put a lot of work in. But yeah, it was really interesting to see. So it just shows you the love for this game, that people are still playing it and admiring it this many years down the line. So, and Rainbow as well. I've been really chatting to him quite a lot. He has to translate everything, obviously, but he's such an interesting character, and he's very. In the Korean, they take the gaming so seriously.
Yeah, they do. And they love editing all the stuff. Like this stuff that I'm wearing right now. We talked about the custom files and stuff. They love it. They love editing stuff. I bet that some of their clients are just crazy. You know?
Yeah, they're all into it, aren't they? Big time.
They love it. Yeah, they love it.
Right, I think.
So yeah, that would pretty much.
My missus back. So.
Yeah. So one quick thing with the community events. We'll finish on the community events. Fox is doing some more community events. Tuesday the 7th. He's doing. I think they're all going to the dungeon, doing the Grand Devil Guard and all that sort of stuff for Hunt there. I think that's what it is. Tuesday the 7th. It'll be in the evening. It's usually around 7 p.m. British time. Go check it out on the forum. Props to Fox for doing it. Definitely all of you go and be there. We ask everybody not to PK there. I've told VK no PK in there. Try and keep it civilized. Try and keep it as a community event where we don't want any bad light put on it. There's a lot of new players who go to it. Please don't go there and start. Just everyone try and be friends there as best you can. Do you know what I mean? And then there's another one that's doing the Cards of Insanity, he's calling it, on Friday the 10th of August.
This looks good. I'm going to go to that one.
Yeah, it's just about basically, like, he's going to ask you a question and the funniest answer wins. And I think he's going to be the quiz master. And that looks really funny. So yeah, go check that out. Obviously can't PK that one. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, that's
I'm going to go and be a bodyguard, I think.
So yeah, no, don't say that, because now you'll have everybody coming to try and kill you.
You can bring it on. They can bring it on.
I think that's gonna wrap it up. I know
I've got to go. So yeah, let's wrap it up.
We've done over an hour today. Which is good. But yeah, is there anything else you want to finish on?
No, I think I've said it all.
So we'll probably try to do now another one maybe at the weekend or this time next week, so in probably a full week's time. So go and discuss everything on the forums as always. Go and have a chat on there. Discuss in our thread, whatever. But we had good drops. I think you all saw the drops we got today.
The first half, we had really nothing. The second half. The first half was awesome.
But we've done what? How long have we done? We've done like an hour and 20 minutes. This has taken us about an hour and a half, let's say, and we got some really good drops. There's anybody telling me they can't get drops anymore is just because you're not putting.
Especially when you won Capture the Flag and Conti, that's what it's about, innit? Capture the Flag. You get both of those done, and they're two big events, you know.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, it's SS tonight. Doubt I'll be good. Everyone, I hope you enjoy it, and and we'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, feel free to drop us a PM anytime. Like, I have a lot of people PMing me, new players and stuff. Just feel free to say hello. Yeah. If it's a guy who misspells a lot of things, it's probably me. If it's a guy with good punctuation, it's probably Tom.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. We'll see you probably this time next week. And happy hunting, guys.
We hope you enjoyed the Myth-of-Soma podcast. To download the game for free, visit myth-of-soma.com. Until next time, Soma fans,